Hi boys and girls and everyone that's in between, I'm 99 Paperman and this is a video game review! Today we will be reviewing PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I like to do reviews a lot, you know, and this is a game that's been mainstream for a while now, so I thought, kick it one more time and give you guys another review. Back at it again with the new vids, yeah. Now, for those of you that are new or coming back to my channel, we have a new formula for the review vids. We start out with an intro introducing the concepts of the game, the plot, storyline, etc. Then we go into the bad points of the game, what makes the game a tragedy or what's disappointing about it. And then we end on a high note. We talk about all the good things about the game. And at the end, we do a rating out of 5. This video, we will be rating this out of 5 fedoras. 5 fedoras. So what rating will this get out of 5 fedoras? Stay tuned to find out. Alright, listen up kids. Here's the story. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is a game where players unknowingly battle in the grounds. I'm sorry. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is an early access video game where up to 100 people per match fight to the death, Hunger Games kind of style. So the players all start off in an airplane above the map. The map is pretty big. I'm not sure about the measurements, so I'll go Google it, whatever. And there are weapons, armor scattered randomly throughout the map for players to find. Players parachute to wherever they want to on the map, and PUBG uses a zoning system to make sure that as time goes on, the map becomes smaller and smaller with new circles. If you're not inside the circle, you slowly die, so everyone's rushing to get to the circle, and last man standing wins. You can play as a team, or you could just be one man going against everyone else for free-for-all.
Alright kids, time to get to the part of the video that gets me the most hate comments and gets people to tell me to commit suicide. The bad section.
We're going to be reviewing all the bad parts of the game right here, so if you're sensitive and get triggered by comments or opinions, you could just fast forward the video or leave. I don't really care. Or, you could just sit there and listen. That'd be nice. Yeah. First off, I want to say that I do not recommend this game for anyone that plays Xbox One and you're thinking like, oh, I'm going to watch this review, see if I want to get on Xbox One. Because I had experience with computer games to console ports before, like 7 Days to Die, and in my experience they've been really bad, and this is why. It's the interface. Like the interface for these kind of games are way better on a computer. Like I can just use my mouse, drag weapons, drop them really easy. But I'd imagine on a console it would be harder to do stuff like that. It might take you longer to click this, click that, etc. Also, I've heard a lot of bad things about the mechanics and the port in general, but I haven't kept up with the gaming community, so I'm not going to go in deep about that. First, major criticism! When I play PUBG, I feel like I'm wasting a lot of my time. Now, this is what I mean. You could say that about a lot of video games. Oh, it's just a waste of time, whatever. Oh, yeah, shut up, mom. But what PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is different because I'm playing a game and I'm spending most of my time in the match gathering all my supplies, getting my little vest on, and getting the right attachments to my guns, a really cool looking helmet. And I'm thinking, hey, I finally have the setup I always wanted. Now I can fight to my heart's content just the way I planned, and nothing will get in the way. And some random idiot with a frying pan comes and knocks you right upside the head in your blind spot. It's just like, fuck. I gotta start all over again, collect all the supplies. I spent 20 minutes doing that and I have nothing to show for it. I mean, you get some points for loot crates for every match, and if you play really well you get a lot of points, and you can unlock loot crates that give you nice apparel items, maybe get some camouflage, cargo pants, whatever, right? But other than that, like, you don't have a lot to show for your wins. You don't feel as accomplished as maybe other games like Overwatch with its ranking system or its experience point system. It makes sure you have nice experience points so that you rank up and stuff, and you have something to show for your time. A game like this, there's not really a lot to show for everything you've done or the hours you put into it, which is unless you win. You know, you screenshot the hell out of that and you show everyone like, hey, now I'm a winner, chicken dinner. And that brings me on to my next big thing is you're always chasing the high. So the criticism number 2, you're always chasing the high. Now, here's what I mean by that is I've won maybe 3 times and I've spent 40 hours in the game. Why have I only won 3 times and spent about 40 hours playing the game, you know? It's because I want to win again. When you win PUBG, it feels I guess that is a positive side, but I'll mix it in. It feels amazing. It feels like, wow, I just beat 99 other people. Wow, this is great. Oh my gosh. But you're always chasing that high again, and you don't really get it a lot. You don't get that pleasurable feeling of accomplishment a lot. Especially sucks if you're in 2nd place. You know, I feel sorry for the people I've killed that were so close to getting that 1st place, and then all of a sudden I'm just in a bush, ruining their dream. Some people play and they never get 1st place. Not by themselves, maybe in teams. Like, it's probably more likely if you play with friends. And that brings me on to another point. Playing alone really sucks. Now, you can play with random strangers, but I would argue that PUBG is a game where you need to play with friends. You need to have friends to play with you in order for it to be fun, because it's more fun with friends. You could say that about with a lot of multiplayer games, but this one in particular, because if you play by yourself, it's like you just keep going, you keep dying by yourself, you're not talking to anyone, you just keep getting frustrated. It's easy to get frustrated because you're gathering all your weapons, you're trying to do the best you can, and sometimes it's just random, it's just luck. Maybe you got unlucky this round, or you found a sniper this round and someone hit you in the head with a frying pan. It's not guaranteed success every single time you drop, no matter how good, unless you're really good and you know all the parts to get the weapons, you know where to run around, and you know more than me about the game. You spent hours memorizing the map. Okay, then yeah, okay, you have a better chance than me. But the average player I'm talking about here, who doesn't spend all that time getting good at it, like, you don't get a lot of reward out of playing by yourself. It feels better and less frustrating to play with your friends to help guide you through the process. And that way, if you guys mess up, you mess up together, and it's more fun that way. It's just a little pro tip for you guys. Play with some friends. Get some fucking friends. Alright, time for harsher criticism. Okay, so going on the game mechanics, I say PUBG at most of the time for me is just like a running simulator. There'll be games where I don't run into anyone and I'm just fighting to survive in the zone. And I've noticed that with other people's gameplay is they're just fighting to get to the zone, wherever the zone is, because sometimes it just randomly will be on the opposite end of the map and you gotta find, oh, is there a car nearby? Is there this nearby? And you're just running and running and running, trying to survive as long as possible, and you might not run into anyone, you might not get any action. And most of my games have been just me running, picking up stuff, running, and dying outside the zone. So yeah, in the most part, PUBG, the negative side of it, I have to say, is when most of the games where you don't get any combat, which happens quite often if you don't land near people, or you just happen to be an unlucky bastard and the zone is way too far for you to ever reach it. The mechanics in the game aren't perfect, and what I mean is the combat, for example. I really don't like how unbalanced the guns feel. In my experience with the gameplay, I will shoot people 5 times with a AKM, they have the same looking gun, they shoot me maybe 2 times and I'm dead, even though I just shot them 5 times. Now that could be a lot of things. It could be they have different armor ratings than me, it could be yada yada yada, but it happens so many times. I look at forums, people seem to be feeling the same way, that the weapons just, they don't understand how the weapon system's working with the damage. It just seems random sometimes. And now it's time for the good section. Alright, so some good comments on the game. Let me think. Well, I really enjoy how intense the whole atmosphere of the game is. Like, you're trying to survive, you're pitted either with your friends or by yourself, your back's against the wall, it's all or nothing. You gotta think hard, like, oh, should I go over there or will people see me? Gotta hide in this bush. Oh, need to survive. Give me some Red Bull, please. I'm dying. Oh, like, it's really intense, and I like it. I like the rush it gives you when you're actually in combat and you're facing other people, and you have to make like on-the-spot decisions on whether to flee or fight. It's really cool. I like it. I like that about the game. I really have to give Bluehole credit for the whole environment of the game. As far as like all the boats they put on it, the cool cars, and the bushes. I really need to point out the bushes. The bushes actually add a shadowing effect when you crouch in them, so people can't see you, and it's really fun. Like, there's a lot of good hiding places, the trees and stuff. You can stalk people and just hide on rooftops, all kinds of great shooting positions and nice cover for you to take and stuff. I really like the graphics for the environment too. They're not perfect, they're not that great, but for an early access game or these kind of games, the graphics aren't that bad. They're really good. A big thing that I like about PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds is how they approach the whole audio to the game. You're always listening intently because you're trying to listen for other players' footsteps, or maybe you're trying to listen for gunfire, what direction it came from, so you know like where the action is to avoid it or confront it. It comes to a point where I'm in my house and I'm trying to, camp and heal myself maybe, and I hear a door creak like, and I'm like, oh shit, someone's in my house, and I'm getting all scared and nervous. I'm looking at the stairway like, oh, don't come upstairs. Like, it gets really intense. The sound is really good indicator of where your enemies are, so you always kind of want to play with headphones to know what direction is coming from. It just adds a new layer to the game. Like, okay, they might not have seen you, but they could hear you, so you gotta be careful when you're going around. You don't want to give away your position. And that's where like getting a silencer becomes even more valuable in the game. It makes like all the parts you find more valuable to keep yourself maintained and away from everyone else and be able to not give away your position. Alright, time for the conclusion! Overall, I give this game 3 out of 5 fedoras. The game is not that bad, and yeah, it's playable. It's just, I feel like there's some things that could be better about the game. But again, it's early access, so who knows what the future holds for it, yada yada yada, whatever. Alright, thank you for listening to this review. I will be making more videos in the future, and if you like what you hear, comment, like, and subscribe to 99 Paperman. And yeah, do that. Alright, goodbye.